Perfect. So where were we yesterday? Okay, so a minor detail. Remember how yesterday I was saying don't use your up smash to call out a recovery like that? I just want to say a quick note. When you do use your any smash attack and you're explicitly trying to beat out an attack, if you're charging the smash attack and then you let it go, that's way easier to time than just doing the raw smash attack, right? So if you got the hardest read in your life and you're like, I'm gonna charge this up smash and then let it go, you could easily control the timing. But if you just like press up on the C stick and hope that it will beat out an aerial, it's not good. So yeah, I was just gonna say, in general, when you're using smash attacks, it's way easier to time your smash attack if you're just charging and letting go. But just doing a raw smash attack is gambling usually. Like uncharged smash attack is usually gambling. But anyways, what was I gonna say? Specifically those random up smash. We were on the Dr. Mario game? I don't think so. I think we were right here. You had just got hit by an up air. You just got hit by an up air. We were just here. You got hit by this up air. Alright. So we're gonna go with what's next. This is where we stopped. Hold on, let me see something. Oh, I need to turn the chat box back on. Hold up. I think. Okay, so we were just here. You got hit by this up air, and we're discussing you could have like double jumped and try to land on this platform, or you could have jumped once, fast fallen back here as a bait, or you could have. I think you should have picked is you should have jumped and then fast fall air dodge through him. I think that would have been very good. But I think we already discussed that a bit, so we're gonna see what happens next. Well, we're gonna disable performance mode. All right, we're gonna see what happens next. Got hit by a nair. Who does that? Up air. Ooh, okay, once again. So yeah, this is a thing we had talked about I think yesterday, that it's better that you adapted and you're no longer always mashed down there in disadvantage. So you're close. So you're developing, you're on the path to the right habit. So now you've got like a awkward middle ground, like, okay, I can see you're thinking. The reason you're landing like this is because you're actively thinking, right? Which is the first step. Like first, you're like consciously thinking, and eventually, once you have enough experience in this situation, you can be more decisive, right? So let me help you get there, and just say, we talked about it yesterday, just picking let's pull up the frame data again, since we're gonna reference it. Like calling out Silver the Ledge. What a bully. You didn't know what to do, and that's fine. This is actually good. This shows me you are thinking, right? Because today, you might not know what to do, but because you're thinking, when you do find out, you'll pick the right option. You're on the path to success, basically. Which is good. It just, until you get there, you're basically gonna be like, wait, I'm not pressing any buttons, which is the good. So first, there's a phase where you press a lot of buttons and you don't know why. And then when someone says, hey, you should think about what buttons you press, well, since you're new to really thinking about so many situations, because these situations are new to you, right? Thinking about these situations are something you haven't done before, right? Because you're new to the concept, which is fine. Nobody is born knowing what to do in disadvantage. So this is the first step. You'll be thinking, right? But the act of thinking, because it's new, you're not going to come up with a solution in 3 seconds, right? So you end up picking nothing. But it is after the game where you think about it more, where you reflect in your mind, right? You're like, what should I have done here, right? And you sit there and you think about it, right? You might spend minutes, hours, days thinking about the situation. But eventually, you'll come up with the right answer, and then the next time you're in it, you recognize, you're like, I already have a game plan. I already know what to do here, right? I will attack land. I will do anything, right? So that's how you get to being very decisive, right? So that's good, right? You're getting there. Anyways, what was I going to say? So aerials. Yes, I think we decided that Nair has 3 frames of auto cancel, Back air has 4 frames. So you could pick which one you want to do. I would say probably do the nair. Go for this 3-frame auto cancel. BRB putting kids to bed. Alright, Hugo. Don't worry. I'll let you know if you miss anything important. Alright, so who's in the chat right now? Actually. Yo, okay, we got Tony. We got Rolo for sure. We saw Semtex. Semtex still here? Alright. So if you were to attack cancel, it lets you instantly choose something with no lag. Correct. Well, not literally no lag. You get... So when you attack land, you basically only suffer the natural 4 frames of landing lag that you do just when you, like, if you just jump and land with a fast fall, that's usually 4 frames of lag. And that's the only lag you would have. So you basically attack land, and in 4 frames you'll be able to shield, which is way faster than any other option you could pick. So yeah, that's why it's so good. You didn't know that either, but it makes sense. Now you know. So yeah, every character, when they short hop and they land, they usually suffer 2 frames of landing lag. I think it is in this game. I think that's universal. If you short hop and you land, wait, hold up. Let me. I can't remember if it's short hopping or fast falling, but there's like soft lag. I can't remember what gets you soft lag, and that's 2 frames. And then there's the hard landing lag, which is like 3, 4, or 5 frames depending on your character's privilege. The point is, attack cancel. You don't need to know the exact frame numbers. You just need to know it's way faster than missing a tech or teching in place or air dodging. It is definitely your fastest option. And if you're able to get... The thing is, normally, going for the A cancel is normally a greedy option, since when you're tumbling, right, you can't fast fall, right? But if you're able to play this mix-up game where you're still drifting, you haven't pressed a button yet, you keep your opponent guessing, like, what does he want? Does he want the greedy A cancel? Does he want to jump? Does he want to air dodge? Your opponent won't know if you're just tumbling. So you can bait your opponent into pre-committing, because like, oh, okay, he's just going to drift, and then boom. Then you jump and you air dodge, or then you just air dodge, or you just hit them, stuff like that. But the more you play patient, the more your opponent will play patient, which ironically will allow you to start doing aggressive aerials again. So yeah, if you ever read that your opponent is just waiting for you, you could just smack them if you're close enough, So it's just a thing, right? But hello, CB. Welcome to the VOD review. You came just in time. So anyways, here you missed that tech because you didn't A cancel, right? So ideally you would have A canceled this and he wouldn't have hit you. Then you got hit with a... This game looks so slow. Back air, I don't think that was true, but now you know. I don't think nair back air is true, but it's definitely a sticky situation. I think, obviously, it's easy in hindsight to say, oh, you should have air dodged here, or you shouldn't have gotten hit. But basically, this is big. That's big disadvantage, and the key is to avoid getting in this position in the first place, right? Now, that being said, you still had your jump, so you could try jumping back onto this platform, because that's harder for him to cover. Hello, Nico. Welcome to the VOD review. You made it just in time. I messaged you on Twitter because I know you check your Twitter, like, constantly, or something like that. Rolo VOD, yeah. Alright, so yeah, there's obviously, in hindsight, it's really easy to say you shouldn't have gotten hit with this backer, right? So I'm not trying to say you should always pick air dodge in this situation, because this is basically, it's kind of a guess. Your opponent pulled the trigger here, you did not, right? But think about the situation in general. What options can you pick that minimizes the chances of you dying, right? And while pressing nothing here is a mix-up, it's a valid mix-up if you think your opponent's going to press nothing, you're just waiting, right? Obviously, you don't want to just mash you don't necessarily just want to mash air dodge every time, but that's an option. Obviously, your opponent can always have a counterplay. If you mash air dodge, your opponent can wait and spike you. If you directional air dodge, that one's super easy to just react and hit you with his back and you die anyways. But what could be a little harder for your opponent to react to is jumping, right? And that's normally why players have a bad jump habit, so obviously don't make it a habit, right? But the more you jump in situations like these, the more your opponent will wait for it. Ideally, unless your opponent's bad, in which case they'll just keep whiffing aerials because you keep jumping, right? But a better opponent, if they think you're going to jump into the situation, they're either going to read the jump and try to space an attack here, or they're going to wait on the ground until you have to land again with no jump. So if you start baiting that one out, well then, now you can actually just sit there and wait, right? But the more you mix up your options, the more you open yourself up to having more possibilities, and you force your opponent to start guessing, which lowers the chances of you dying. Now, obviously, your chances of dying, it's called disadvantage for a reason. You're more likely to get hit, right? But you just need to focus on lowering the chances. So, I would say, if you don't know what your opponent's going to do, a lot of opponents are not ready for people to jump unless it's like really obvious, like low percent combos that happen to take jumps. Hello, Hugo. Welcome back. So yeah, basically try to make your opponent's life a little more difficult, and especially if you play a fast faller, the faster you fall, the harder it is for your opponent to deal with you jumping and then landing, because they have less time to react, right? And obviously the faster your airspeed, so the better aerial attributes you have, the harder it is for your opponents to keep up, and they'll feel like they have to commit, or they'll just give up disadvantage every time. So it's obviously just all a mix-up game. That's not this mix-up game is not in your favor, and that's not the point. I'm not trying to say you should try to think of the options that will never get you killed, because there's never an option in this position that is unpunishable, right? But there are options that are harder to punish, or your opponent has to do more reading and more patience to out-patience your patience, which can then open up more options. So you can start doing more aggressive options or more greedy options again. So anyways, now you know, right? And obviously, if you've never been hit by this Nair before, like this is kind of a novel situation. But I can see one thing is I think you are drifting in. So, in general, when you're watching a VOD, if you're ever wondered, was that a true combo or not, look at this smoke. So this smoke trail indicates when you're in tumble, right? So as soon as a smoke trail stops, you're able to act. Okay, in 3 frames you can act. So 3 frames after the smoke stops, right, you can act. So you can see here, smoke generated, smoke has stopped generating, right? So you can act. This entire time, you can act, so he definitely hits you when you were just thinking, right? And every once in a while, you're gonna get hit because you're thinking. And that's okay. So just reflect on, okay, recognize that you could have acted between here and here. What should you have done instead, right? Because the only way this back air hits you is if you press nothing or if you mashed an attack in disadvantage, which is pretty common. So I think Strife was going for this back air to be like, he's a Captain Falcon player, and I see a lot of Captain Falcons mash an attack in disadvantage. And this back air will beat it, hit him, and kill him. So he has a lot to gain here. Carlos, do you know there's like some blue line spark that shows where they've been DIing? So that blue line, on every little hit, there's a little blue line, but it kind of shows where they're going. It's not necessarily where their controller is pointing, so it's not necessarily where their stick is going, right? But it does show their knockback angle before the move actually comes out. So right here, if you zoom in very closely, you can see that blue line right here. So he's going to go this way, but the DI gets calculated at the end of hit lag. So look, he went that way, just like the blue line said. Yeah, it's cool. You see, so you see the blue line? Can you see it? I don't know if it shows up in the VOD. right? And I can't really zoom in. It does? Okay. So you see this blue, and he goes that way the next frame. So it's not, he obviously wasn't holding his stick in this direction. Now we can expose people with bad DI. That's true. But honestly, this little blue line only shows where they're gonna go. So you could have just seen the person's launch angle and been like, this is good or bad DI. It would have been better if this blue line, so if you're developing the next Smash game, here's some advice for the next Smash game. I think this blue line should show where their stick is pointing, right? That way we can see in the VOD that was optimal or unoptimal DI. Because right now it's basically just redundant. Because I could have just seen this and I'm like, I don't need a blue line to know he was going to go this way, right? Like after I see that it's going. So this is only kind of relevant for multi-hits and stuff like that. Or really long stuns like Corrin's shock thingy-majiggy. So yeah, so you go flying, you lose your stock, and that's okay. Now, before we get into this next stock, since we have finally seen a stock get taken, the next topic we're going to cover, the next thing I'm going to look for is we're going to see how you use your invincibility. We're going to see if it was optimal use of invincibility. Optimal PogChamp, we'll see. Oh yeah, by the way, y'all, thank you so much for donating all those bits today for the Wendy stream. I went and bought a 444 because of it. So yes, thank you. That 444 was nice, and it made it worth it. It made that suffering to get into the arena almost worth it. So now you know. So thank you. Alright. So you respawn. Strife is running towards you. And he air dodges. Ah. Tough. I know this is really quirky options. This is really, really quirky options from Strife. This is like chaotic energy. Like, yes, I will now run up towards you while you're invincible, but then directional air dodge back. But unfortunately, by the time his lag runs out, right, this is just a... It's kind of tough, because it's not intuitive yet, right? This will become more intuitive with more experience, is how much lag does this have, right? So you're like, so you reacted to him. Okay, he did a bad air dodge. You reacted, and you're like, I will now get this grab, right? Unfortunately, right, the timing, how do I say this? You were just off. And with time, this will become more intuitive to you, is how far you can make it. Because this is just a gut feeling, is can you get this punish? And that's just a like gut feeling that comes with time and familiarity with the game. Because right now, you don't have time to think about it. You either got to pull the trigger or you don't, right? And with time, you will know you can't get this punish, so you need to have restraint. And this is a thing that separates newer players from veteran players, is they know when they can get the true punish, and they know when they have to wait. They know when to show restraint, right? But unfortunately, there is no way to learn this other than just grinding out the game, so that moments like this are just intuitive, right? So yeah, you're still invincible. So now you're gonna dash. And unfortunately, you didn't have enough time to punish. And then he rolled through you. This is pretty common, actually. Some players will choose to roll through their invincible opponent. But it's okay. What matters is this is the first stock that's been taken all set. You haven't had time to download your opponent, right? So you just have to basically kind of guess. But I usually run on my opponent and guess that they're going to roll or jump. That's the 50-50. Is my opponent either rolls or jumps. Usually. So yeah, it happens. So you whiff that grab, and he runs away. Oh, okay. Just a minor note here. After you have whiffed this move, keep in mind you're still invincible, right? So realistically, your opponent wouldn't run at you again. So this jump right here wasn't an optimal jump. Obviously, you can see it's not an optimal jump in hindsight because your opponent's nowhere near. But in principle, it's a bad jump because since you're invincible, after you whiff this move and your opponent rolled past you, they're going to run away from you because you're invincible. And they have the entire stage to just run and stall. So this would have worked if your opponent ran back in like an idiot. But this is probably not going to happen for any player using their brain. Obviously, if they're a chaotic player, this might have worked. But you know what else would have worked? It was just staying on the ground. Because if your opponent runs at you and you're invincible, well, you're invincible. You're going to hit them. But jumping into the air explicitly limited your options. So it wasn't good. And it'd be like that. But now you know. Right? So yeah. Okay, gonna try to get this back air. Oh, maybe you thought you were still invincible when you threw out this back air, but I think your invincibility had run out. So your invincibility had run out. So right now, your back is facing the opponent. All you can do is back air, right? Cloud's back is facing you. All he can do is back air. You probably shouldn't try to trade against the Cloud back air in general. Like this right here, if both of you mash an attack, you lose, right? And it's important to recognize situations where if I press A and he presses A and I lose, don't press A. Don't press A in these situations, right? But that's a general thing. There's a lot of characters in this game. Like, players like to oversimplify it and say sorties, right? Like, I hear Yoshi mains that are not El Yoshi, like beginner Yoshi mains, talk about, oh man, Yoshi loses to sorties and stuff like that. What they really mean to say is that they keep jumping into the air, pressing Nair, and Lucina presses Fair, and Lucina wins that exchange. Or Chrom approaches with Nair, Yoshi presses Nair, and he loses that exchange. So they keep going into the air. They know they can't win. If they press a button and the opponent presses a button, they lose. And rather than recognize, maybe I should play neutral and try to whiff punish my opponent, right? Because Yoshi is still fast, right? They're like, my opponent presses the A button, and if I press A button, I lose that. Let me just keep doing that and then complain about the matchup. Stop. Alright. Point is, there are a lot of characters in the game like that. It's not just sorties. There are a lot of characters that have disjoints that might beat out your non-disjoints. It just be like that. It's important to recognize when to not force these situations that are not in your favor. So right now, this is definitely not a situation in your favor. So I would suggest not committing here. But maybe you thought you're still invincible, and again, with more time, with more experience and familiarity, it will become very intuitive when your invincibility runs out. So I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt, and maybe you thought you were still invincible, so this was a risk-free back air. But it wasn't. And just another quick note. What puts you in this bad situation to begin with, and this is what I mean about jumping being a big commitment, is when you jump preemptively and you try to fix this is a common habit a lot of players have, is they'll jump preemptively way too far away from their opponent, and then they'll try to fix their spacing in the air and throw out the aerial anyways. It is okay to recognize, you know what, this was not a good jump, and just fast fall back to the ground. It is better to do that than to try to force a situation that is not in your favor to begin with. So it's okay. You know what? Sometimes you'll jump, your opponent ran away. That will happen, and it's okay, right? Just land on the ground, reset neutral. You lose nothing if you just reset neutral, especially if your opponent ran away, right? Then you didn't lose anything. Obviously, if your opponent's running at you and you're in the air, well, that's a different story. But right here, your opponent's running away. So in general, recognize situations like that, where you jump, your opponent's now too far away, so your jump is now badly spaced. Get out of there. Just fast fall. And that's a good thing about fast fallers, is the faster you fall, the easier it is, the less of a commitment your jump is. Because you could just jump, reassess, and then fast fall. Whereas a character like Rosalina, she jumps. That's a big commitment. The next 3 seconds, she's in the air. Right? So she has to be really careful with how she jumps. But a character like Fox, he can jump, and by the time you react to his jump, he's already landed. Or not. It's up to him. So yeah, just keep that in mind. You could just full hop fastball, reset. But you go for this anyways. Now, luckily for some reason, Strife didn't get an attack. Wait, am I blind here? What did Strife do? Did he just not press anything, or did he Missed input in attack. Oh no, he just fast fell. Hello, Zurumaru Dani, my mod with very high contribution to the chat. Hi Danny. How are you? We're watching a VOD review. Well, we're actually doing the VOD review. So anyways. How may I help you, Danny? Besides saying poo poo pee pee caca haha got him. Because that is pretty funny. Alright. See with this back air. Imagine watching a VOD review. Couldn't be me. I would never. Alright, so you whiff this back air. Strife is just gonna land and run away. Okay. And you... Okay, you keep moving forward. Okay, this is perfect. If you read that he was gonna dash away, you're like, I know you're gonna dash away, it's time to run forward. You just wanted to show up, he just wanted that to show up on the VOD. It will now show up on the VOD. So this is perfect if you had this read or this general sense that he was gonna run away, running forward, this is good. This is good because you're keeping the pressure up. Oh, but you dash attacked. Okay, I don't know about that dash attack. That dash attack was kind of wishing. That's definitely a pre-commitment. So yeah, you definitely committed too early for this. So I see now, you didn't think that he was going to run away. You actually thought he was going to keep running forward, maybe for a grab, maybe for a dash attack. So you're trying to dash attack to beat that out. So keep that in mind, that think about what this dash attack here would have covered. It would have only covered him continuing to run forward on the ground with a grab. Where are the emotes? So we only got the big brain emote and the cheese emote. These. We need... My B button emote got rejected. So anyways, we gotta make new emotes for that one. And it'd be like that. So anyways. So yeah, think about how this dash attack here did not cover many options. Did they say why? Of course not. They wouldn't say why. They're big Twitch corporate. I actually thought they would say why, if I'm honest. But they didn't say why. Alright, so anyways. Yeah, this dash attack was definitely a huge pre-commitment. So when you dash attack, make sure this has a purpose. Right? Make sure that you just think... You could do... I think dash attacks like this in neutral, you need to really make sure you know what options you're covering. Because it'd be one thing, dash attack as a whiff punish is one thing, right? But dash attack where you run up and dash attack to a person who's on the ground is, I think, rather unlikely to work. Because that would basically only work if they just ran up and grab, which Cloud mains do not want to run up and grab. The brain looks bad, you need to redo it. Yeah, I think if the beams were a bit different, it could look a lot better. It's close. Or if the edges of the brain were brighter. Like if there was a brighter outline so it was more obvious that it's a brain. Like the wrinkles are hard to see from far away. But now we know. Too many beams, yeah. Too many beams. Now we see it though. I didn't realize how small the emotes are in chat. So anyways, yeah. I would say probably take your time. If you find yourself that you're pre-committing, like, okay, my opponent is running away from me, right? Or my opponent keeps whiff punishing me, play more patient and neutral. So, but it's okay though, because you only eat this down till, oh, you missed a tech. Yeah, we gotta tech those. It's okay, it's okay. Now you know. Maybe you didn't think this would force a tech. It's okay, I didn't think that was gonna force a tech either. I didn't think that would knock you onto that platform. I thought you would be under it. But now you know. Now you know. Luckily, you only eat one up air. So let me see what you do after this up air. Okay, you jump. Oh, okay. So this jump away was fine. I think this jump away was fine, but you got really greedy here. Where you jumped away, so you're doing great. Right now, and he whiffed his up tilt. So right now, you should be like, oh, he whiffed an up tilt. I could land up here for free, or I could land on the ground for free even, right? Obviously, by the time you land, he'd be able to act. But the point is, you more or less, okay, he gave up his advantage state. I'm just gonna fast fall to the ground. But I think maybe you saw him whiff and you thought he'd be in way more lag, right? So you come down and you try to hit him with a... kind of try to hit him with the knee, which I think is kind of wishing, right? So, but now you know. But maybe you thought you'd be in way more lag, but no. Unfortunately, this is pretty. This wasn't very close. Yeah. So yeah, just be a little more patient. You don't have to be so greedy like this, especially. Yeah, you don't have to be this. You don't have to be greedy like that. Oh, most of your knees are missing put in nairs. Oops. I think a nair would have been safer. If it was a nair, then that would have been fine. Because does nair 1 have follow-ups at low percent? Like if you just land with the first hit of nair? I think so, right? I think that's the thing. If it's not a thing, forget it. Okay, but then he's wishing. Oh yes, it does have follow-ups? Perfect. Okay. Then I understand then. Nair 1 to nair? Perfect. Okay, cool. So yeah, if it was a nair 1, it wouldn't have been too bad, right? Or nair 1 to up air. Okay. Pick a top tier. Oh no. I think Falcon is fine to learn with. I think his character is okay. He's still gotta learn the game. Yeah. It's okay. He doesn't have to switch. Obviously, if you are completely new to the game and you had 0 time in any character, I'd be like, yeah, you better be picking the top tier. Make everyone's life easier. But anyways, then Strife is wishing with his forward air. Completely whiffs. But he's just not good enough with this character yet to know the timing for that. So he wasn't familiar with that. Okay. So now he's eating his lag. You drop shield. Turn around. F tilt. Oh, it's not gonna hit the shield. Okay, I think this is the ideal situation because now this probably baits an up B out of shield from him, which would whiff. But this is kind of good. Oh. Oh. Okay, so you drop shield F tilt. I'm not sure if he meant to do something else instead of F tilt, because I don't think his F tilt had high chances of connecting. Because by the time you react to this forward air landing on the ground, you definitely didn't have enough time. Although you were a bit close. You know what? You're kind of close to getting this to hit the shield. So your timing was just a bit off. And with time, you know what? This will become more intuitive. So it's not terrible, because you did pick a rather fast option. You're like, oh, maybe I could punish this. Maybe the forward air has way more lag. But yeah, surprisingly, that move looks like it should have more lag than it actually does. I think it has like 18 frames. But 11 frames? Oh, it had 18 frames in Smash 4? Wait. Why is Cloud... I swear, Cloud forward air looks like it should have a million years of landing lag. We're going to Smash 4. How much... Thing is, I never used that move. Because it looks like, oh yeah, there's no way this has no lag. We're going to go to forward air. Landing lag? 18. Okay, yeah, it definitely had 18 frames of lag in Smash 4. I don't know why. I thought they weren't going to touch that. Why would they? Whatever, I'm over it. Am I over it? Yeah, I'm over it. Okay. Point is, 11 frames of landing lag. Now you know, it's actually not that much. Not that much landing lag. So even if he completely whiffs it, it don't matter. Okay. So, but now you know that. So his knees not this tilt's not gonna connect. Well, Sakurai is Bayo. Yeah, that was a funny website. Okay, but then you put up shield again because you thought he was gonna up B. Okay, that's good. Okay, then you drop shield. He drops shield. He jumps and then you Falcon kick. All right, I don't. Was this Falcon kick a miss input or was it just really greedy? As Falcon kick was kind of wishing. Because yeah, you put yourself in a really bad spot. Really greedy, yeah. Keep in mind, if you Falcon kick, the closer to the ledge you are, the greedier it gets. And that happened, well, yeah, it's tough. But now you know. You've learned the hard way that if you Falcon kick, right off the stage like this, it's extra greedy because at this percent it won't kill, right? So you gotta keep in mind, if you're gonna pick a burst option, you probably should pick the one that has the highest reward and the least risk, right? And it'd be like that. It'd be one thing if he was at kill percent, I'd be like, you know what, that he was wishing, but there was a chance. I a lot higher chance, but no. Yeah, I don't think you should have gone for this, and it's obvious. It's obvious in hindsight that you shouldn't have gone for this, because we can all see this was not a great option. So it's okay. It's just I know you're. This is a thing you'll learn, right? Because I know it's tournament, right? I know it's because it's tournament and you're down and you've barely hit him. That adds a lot of pressure because you feel like you have to hit him. So this is actually pretty normal psychology, especially amongst newer players. So if you're ever playing against a newer player and the tables are turned where you have 3 stocks and you've barely been hit and your opponent is in disadvantage has 2 stocks or even only 1 stock left, the odds of them pressing chaotic buttons goes up significantly, especially the newer they are. And there is definitely a time and a place to take risks, but there are calculated risks and then there are like blind risks, if that makes sense, right? Obviously, the bigger your deficit in the game, right, you need to start taking more calculated risks. But I don't think this is an example of a not really calculated risk. So obviously, if he has 3 stocks and you have 1, there are definitely going to be situations where you're like, you know what, I'm going to go for this crazy jump read knee or something like that. Or I'm at the ledge, I'm going to charge a smash attack, right? Or he's at the ledge, I'm just going to charge a smash attack. Even though I have no reason to believe he'll run into it. He's got 3 stocks, I've got 1. I need to get back in this game, right? That's one thing. So those are definitely calculated risks like that you definitely want to be taking. The less the chances are of you winning through normal means. And if you know your opponent isn't the type to choke a lead, right? And you know that all else being equal, if you don't have any reason to believe that your opponent is going to like play bad because they have a lead, because there's some opponents who do choke. They have 3 stocks and then they start playing really bad because they get a lot of anxiety from this feeling, okay, I'm about to win this game. I just need to take this stock. I just need to take the stock. I just need to take the stock. And next thing you know, they've thrown the lead because they get so desperate to close out the game, right? But if you don't have any reason to believe your opponent's like that, and that their composure hasn't changed because they have a lead, then it might be time to take calculated risks. But anyways, I don't think this is a good calculated risk. But you obviously can see that. So we're gonna move on. You got footstooled, which is unfortunate. So this is obviously not a situation you wanted to be in. So I think you weren't ready. Because there are a lot of things Cloud could have done here to make your life really bad, right? You could have just, if you had recovered normally, of course, Cloud can cover that. But I think using your jump, I think you could have like air dodge. I think you could have been a bit more decisive here in picking an option. Oh yeah, it feels like you went low. I feel like you didn't really have to, right? But obviously, this is not a situation you'll be in often, because the real problem here was the fact that you Falcon kicked off the stage, so you're low percent. But so I'm not gonna really talk about in the case that you Falcon kick off the stage, do this option, right? Because don't Falcon kick off the stage. So we're actually gonna ignore this and move on. Yeah, you expect me to so quick a footstone. Keep in mind you can't react to it, especially on Wi-Fi. It's tough. Okay, but now we get to see your second chance at invincibility. Alright, so last stock, he played like an idiot and then rolled past you. Let's see if you adapted. Oh, he mixed you up. He actually jumped. But, however, comma, you ran forward and jabbed. I think this jab had extremely low chances of hitting your opponent, right? Because keep in mind, the last stock he showed you, he's trying to run away from you. And there's only two ways through you. Either he can roll through you, especially in this game. Keep in mind, they can't run through you, right? So either they're going to roll through you or they're going to jump over you, right? And since he clearly wants to get past you, because he wanted to get past you the last stock as well, right? You either have to play a 50-50, right? Where you read a jump, right? Do an up air, and if they actually rolled, you can still land in time and pressure your opponent, right? Or you could just sit here and wait and see what he does, right? The vast majority of the time, if you just run forward and just watch your opponent, you could usually punish their option on reaction because you usually don't have to read it because you're invincible. Because look, if you just run up and wait, your opponent can't grab you. Your opponent can't grab you. He can't hit you, right? So you have all the time in the world. Oh, you actually only have 2 seconds. But basically, you have nothing to lose by just running up and watching your opponent and playing reactionary, right? There's obviously some characters where you have to guess because by the time you react, they've already jumped over you and they're halfway across the stage, okay? But the last stock, he rolled through you. So I think running up and expect the roll and get ready to punish it would have been good. Or you cover the jump with an up air, and by the time your up air runs out, you can land with a back air to cover the roll in theory. Right? Because your up air doesn't have that much lag on it. 31 total frames. Yeah, you definitely have time to like go for an up air, and then maybe come down with a back air. Okay, maybe don't literally, the math maybe doesn't really play out, but you could definitely do an up air and fast fall and land in time to pressure your opponent. Maybe not like an up air, wait, and then back air while you're still in the air. You could definitely do an up air though. Like run up air, or nair, something, right? And then fast fall and land and get ready to cover the option in case you guess wrong. But I think running up and jabbing had extremely low odds of working because the only way this works is your opponent was just standing there and not shielding, which they're not going to do against an invincible opponent. He's not, like, no one's just going to stand there if they're up against an invincible opponent because it doesn't really make sense. So yeah, this time he jumped, so good on him for mixing it up because last time he rolled and this time he jumped. But you could have definitely covered both options. Why did he do that? Oh my god. What is he doing? Okay, so you jabbed, you react, you dash back, and now you should have reacted to the fact he jumped again. So what do? Oh, it's kind of, oh man, because of Wi-Fi. I keep forgetting this is Wi-Fi. So I can see you ran, it's okay, so you're going to run back because you reacted to him jumping over you. Then you're going to dash back again because like, oh wait, he jumped again. But you're still invincible. Oh, you're in the skid. This was really weird. This is really weird. He had limit, and he tried to throw an attack to hit an invincible opponent. I don't know, this is kind of weird. But I can see you reacted to it, that you're running forward again. But okay, that you reacted, you know what? I'm not invincible anymore. You're like, you know what? I couldn't get there in time to punish for one reason or another. This is good, because remember last time you saw the forward air, it whiffed, and you try to go for a forward tilt to punish in time, and this time you're like, wow, that move actually doesn't have that much lag. So this time instead you choose, you know what? I don't know what he's going to do next. But now he has limit, right? There's a chance he just mashes here, right? Like, you know what? I get a good feeling Cloud might mash something. Let me just dash back. You still have the stage. That's fine. Yeah, he chose to dash back. Right? Now you're going to dash forward. I think this was good. This little movement thing you did right here was fine. Because now your invincibility had run out. Right? And you knew you couldn't get this punish directly. So you weren't sure what your opponent was going to do. Honestly, a lot of Clouds on Wi-Fi mash like nobody's business. So after this forward air, they would have picked forward tilt. I think they would have picked down tilt. A lot of Clouds would have picked down tilt right here. Wi-Fi Clouds. Just thing keep in mind. So I think this dash back was good to potentially get a whiff punish. Like, okay, I didn't get the whiff punish. And then your opponent actually dashed back to try to get a whiff punish. He's like, oh, I didn't get the whiff punish, now I'm in the corner. So now then, both of you run forward again. Okay, everything's fine. This is just as good neutral. Oh, what happened here? Why did my thing teleport? Hold up. Whoa! This actually looks like a beautifully orchestrated. This looks like a really orchestrated thing. Look, it's adorable. All right, both of you dash back, both of you dash forward, and then both of you jump at the same time. This is really adorable. And then both of you cross each other up in the air. Like this is some Cirque du Soleil choreographed aerials. Okay, so both of you need to realize that this was a situation where, how do I say this? It's interesting to talk about because right now both of you have done almost the same mistake at the same time, right? Both of you are playing neutral fine. Y'all were dashing back and forth, trying to keep your move ambiguous. That's great. That's everything. But then y'all committed to this jump. Now, specifically, the way y'all jumped, I can tell what's in your mind. Both of you want to do a falling aerial right now. But why are you trying to get a falling aerial? Think about it. What if Cloud has stayed grounded? You're now trying to land. You're trying to land an aerial on a Cloud that has stayed grounded. Keep in mind, in general, right? Cloud is a character you don't want to be hitting his shield with aerials because he can actually be able to shield them, right? Especially if you don't have privileged aerials, right? Which I built Captain Falcon. I guess if you did a perfect nair, you can shield in time, or a perfect back air, you could do this in time. But realistically, right, you're going to be hitting the top. Cloud is tall, right? So realistically, in practice, you're going to be hitting the top of his shield and not landing in time. So, more realistically, Cloud is a very fast character, especially with Limit. It is too easy for him to outspace you because you're kind of committed, right, in this arc. So it's too easy for him to react to the slow full hop, hit to come back, and then whiff punish you with cross slash, right? And his limit's about to run out. He's looking to hit you. So yeah, I don't think you should have jumped into the air like this, because I don't think that's the game plan. I don't think that's the game plan you should be having right now. Stay grounded, right? His limit's about to run out. Just like bait it out and then play again. And him on the other hand, he is also approaching with his front facing his opponent. If you had stayed grounded, it is too easy offline. It is too easy offline to punish a Cloud approaching me with his front facing me. 9 times out of 10, 99 Cloud players out of 100 are going to land at the forward air, which you could easily parry, and thus giving up his advantage, right? Or if he's going to keep holding a shield, thus giving up his advantage, right? He's going to land with Nair. That's funny. So yeah, I don't think he should have jumped in the air. I don't think you should have jumped in the air either. But if either of y'all had read this jump, Cloud could have just like run up, like do a rising up air to call out your jump. He's done a rising in there to call out your jump, right? Obviously, you're low percent. I would do this a rising up air. Obviously, I don't main Cloud, right? But when I do, I try to call out jumps with up air. Most Clouds don't do that though. Most Clouds aren't out here reading jumps in neutral. They're sticking to what works, and what works is you shouldn't be jumping like this. I think, in my opinion. But neither should he. So both of you really got nothing out of this. Ooh, but you use your double jump. Ooh, okay. This is another problem. So you recognize, you're like, oh, I want to say this. This double jump could have been a really good option if it was in reaction to the fact, oh, we're both in the air. He's going to try to nair me right now. If you realize you were in his air zone, sure, maybe double jumping, but you should have just air dodged. Realistically, what happens is a lot of players, when they're in the air, and they recognize they're kind of in a bad spot right here, but they're close to the ground. The thing is, you're gonna back your him, but then if that was unsafe, so you back away. Okay, what you should have done, in that case, that's fine. Recognizing when a situation isn't how you imagined it is good, right? It's good that you didn't commit to the back air anyways, right? Because you're right, that would have been an unsafe back air. You're 100% correct. So the follow-up plan, right? So we need to think about your fallback plan. All right. So you jumped into the air with a game plan. It didn't work out, and that's okay because you were presented with new information. You're like, oops, I guessed wrong. I reassessed. I need to get out of here. Your fallback plan, when you're this in general, when you're very close to the ground, you don't want to be burning your double jump, right? Because you basically gain nothing, and it's a lot slower. It's explicitly suboptimal movement. Because if you had just, you're like, oh, I'm not sure, but he's in the air throwing an aerial, right? I'm going to just air dodge through him and land on the ground. You're going to be invincible. You land on the ground with only 10 frames of lag. You're reset. But by you jumping into the air, you're so close to just landing. You should have just air dodged, right? You should just fast fall air dodged, land on that ground with no lag. But by jumping, you put yourself back into the air, but your opponent has landed. But now you have no double jump. And now you have Cloud running at you. You have no double jump. So yeah, you basically put yourself in a really bad spot. It's how you backed away. It wasn't so much the idea of retreating was good. The fact that you reassessed the situation and changed your mind was good. But the option you picked when backing away was what's wrong, right? So don't in general, if you catch yourself double jumping when you're about to land, don't do it unless there's an explicit purpose, like you can't air dodge for some reason. Like if you see your opponent charging a smash attack, getting ready to punish that, you should be like, you know what? I'm gonna jump away and maybe punish that smash attack, or I'm gonna jump away and retreat to safety, or jump away and land on a platform. That'd be one thing. So when you double jump, make sure it has a purpose. Make sure you're getting something out of it. Right here, you gain nothing. In fact, you put yourself in a really bad spot, but he mashed down tilt, bruh. Okay. Alright, he mashed down tilt the wrong way, so you're actually gonna get out of the situation for free. But trust me, you didn't put yourself in a good spot. So you land for free. Okay, now he did this nice short hop back here, right? That's fine. Now he finally did a better approach. This is a short hop to try to space out a back air. But it was kind of wishing still. Remember, ideally, in general, with any character you play, if you're gonna jump in the air, you should, if you like say, I want to hit this back air, you either do a rising back air and to get that back air as quick as possible, like have a purpose, or you're like, I want to hit a falling aerial. So you do the short hop and immediately, as soon as you can, do a fast fall and the aerial. The more time you spend in the air, that is more time for your opponent to react to the fact that you're in the air, and that's more time for your opponent to outspace you and come up with a game plan. Because you're basically like, and this is a problem a lot of players have, is they do this jump and they just drift. And the longer you drift, the more reactable and the easier it is to punish an aerial, right? You gotta make it really hard for your opponent to react. And if you just do a short hop fastball aerial, it's really hard for the opponent to react. But doing like a short hop drift back air is super lazy, right? It's not on you, but this is just a quick note. A lot of players have this problem. And look, you actually did react, and you backed away. I think you reacted. Well, I guess not. Maybe you didn't react. It's Wi-Fi. Oh, he was wishing to. Okay. So now you reacted to the fact that he landed. Okay? So you're like, okay, you know what? He's going to land and hold shield. So you go for this grab. But realistically, I think if Cloud kept up being you out of shield, because if this Cloud player was the type to hold shield for 100 years because he kept hitting it with dash attacks or something, I think this would have been good. But he keeps moving, right? So after this right here, you should recognize, you know what? There's no lag. I can't. You don't have an opening right now. Basically, is what I'm trying to get to say, right? This is a situation you have no opening, so don't commit yet. You're actually not even sure what he's gonna do yet, so don't read or guess, right? Just keep resetting neutral. You usually play clouds that cheat a lot. Yeah, but this cloud specifically did not, and I know it takes a while to adapt to the specific play style of a player with that character if it's a little bit unconventional. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you play a cloud that like just lands like this and holds shield for 1,000 years, then this dash grab would have been good. But I don't think that this cloud is doing that. So another thing you could do is, if you think he's gonna hold shield, I think he's going to up B, right? You can also just run up and hold shield yourself, because I'll cover a lot of options, right? Because then if he up B's out of shield, you get a free punish, right? That cloud didn't follow meta. Hey, that can get you. That can get you if you play someone who doesn't follow meta, right? But I think holding shield for a long time isn't good anyway, so this cloud is playing better than the average cloud. Except for this down tilt the wrong way. We won't talk about that though. Okay, so I think what you should have done here is pick an option that could cover a lot of options, right? And this is what I meant that you're pre-committing, is that you're committing really hard on, you're picking an option that only covers one option, right? This dash grab would have only worked if Cloud held shield for 100 years, but there will be a lot of times where you're not sure. And this is a new style of thinking, is thinking about what can you do when you're not really sure what your opponent's gonna do, right? What options do you have that can put you not in a spot where you're gonna directly win, but it can put you in a spot where you're in a better spot for more likely than not you can punish, right? That's kind of hard, right? That's definitely not something that's normally discussed. So for instance, this Cloud, you reacted to him landing. So what you could have done is like, you know what Cloud has not done is run up and grabbed you. So you could have dashed and shielded. Since Cloud isn't going to run up, has not proven to you that they're the type to even grab in neutral, you'd be like, okay, I know he's not going to grab, right? So that opens up the option of shielding, right? So you could have just run up and just held shield. What's he going to do, right? A lot of Clouds, if you thought maybe he was going to up B on reaction, you would have punished the up B. But, because you're just shielding, but by the time you notice that he crossed you up with this back air, you're like, oh, you actually went into the air? That's fine, right? You're going to now land behind me or something like that. And you can be ready to punish. Is it an aerial? You could parry that. And you got options. And once you parry the move, even if he's behind you with their back facing you, you could do like F tilt backwards, right? So you could have put yourself in a better spot to succeed by just dashing up and shielding. And this will work until he's a type to just run up and grab, because he reads your shield. But he won't. I can tell you right now, he's not going to do that. Because Cloud psychology is grab sucks. I'm not going to use grab. That is the psychology of the average Cloud main. So you can exploit that by holding shields in situations like these where you're not sure what your opponent's going to do, right? I'm not trying to say hold shield in every situation. That's not what I'm trying to say. If you see a Cloud in the air, you should only hold shield if you're going for that parry, or holding shield as a backup plan. Like, holding shield should be your backup plan. Oops, I misspaced. I don't have time to get out of here. I'm going to hold shield, right? But in neutral, dashing up and shielding is going to work against players who aren't going to run up and grab you. And you could basically put yourself in a good spot, because that's pressure. But you pre-committed, basically. You pre-committed to cover one option, but since he didn't give you that one option, it didn't work out. Now, granted, you didn't really get punished, right? Because he went for this. He had committed mentally. He mentally committed to this rando back air, which had like no chance of working unless you stood still and didn't hold shield. So whatever. You're not gonna get punished for this, but other players might have just jumped and waited there. There's other Clouds who just jumped into the air to space themselves for a forward air. Like if this Cloud just jumped full hopped and waited, he would have punished you. If he had just randomly upbeat, he would have hit you. If he had random dash attacked, it would have hit you. If he had just done a down tilt, if he had buffered a down tilt like a lot of Wi-Fi Clouds do, the down tilt would have hit you. I've seen Clouds that do a random tilt to neutral, that would have hit you. There's a lot of things that would have beat out this option, and there's only one thing your option would have beaten out, and that was holding shield for 100 years. So yeah, just thing to keep in mind. Now you're holding shield. Look, he did it! Look at this! Look at this! He saw your shield for 100 years, and he didn't dash up and grab you. This is a big giveaway that this Cloud really, really does not want to grab. So now you know, wow, bro, you really, really don't want to grab, huh? Right? And now you can exploit that for next time. This is actually really funny. I'm going to watch this again. Up tilt. What would this up tilt have covered? It would have covered no option optimally. Like, period. Because the odds of this covering a jump out of shield, there's only a few frames where your jump would have been there. Right? If he was really reading a jump, he could have done like a short hop up air, short hop nair. There's a lot of things this man could have done. But he didn't run up, push your shield up tilt. He could have done like a gimmicky throw into like cross slash, which isn't true, but it's funny. His limit's about to expire. He does a second up tilt. Oh my god. Cloud mains nowadays. This audacity. And you got the parry. Nice. Although you definitely could have upbeat. This up tilt on shield is not very safe. Minus 18. Oh, but it's Wi-Fi. So you probably didn't have time to react and punish this safely with your upbeat, which is frame 14, 15, 14. So you got time to punish this up tilt offline. If you could get ready for this, because it has a lot. This move has a lot of shield stun, shield lag and shield stun. So yeah. Anyways, but you parried the next one, and that's what matters. What punish do you get? We'll now see. Oh, you didn't actually mean to parry this. Yeah, I think I could kind of tell this is an accidental parry because of that. So you roll away. That's okay. Oh, you roll into jab. Okay, you rolled, and by the time your roll is done, you should be... You did a back roll as well. So you roll backwards, which is a lot slower than the forward roll, and that's okay. I get it. You're in a sticky spot. You're kind of scared, but you 100% had time out of that parry or after the up tilt to do an upbeat reversed and punish him. Or anything you wanted after that. After that parry, you could have done anything you wanted. But chose a roll. And specifically, you did a backwards roll, frame 35. So when you roll through an opponent, you have, since your character can't even act for 35 frames, make it a habit that every time you roll, look at your opponent. Take a moment when you roll, especially because, hey, there's no reason to look at your character when you're rolling, right? Because you can't move, you can't act for 35 frames, and you know you're rolling. You know that your character can't do anything. So this is information that you know, but your opponent still has to react to this roll. So in that time, look at what your opponent's doing and come up with a game plan. A quick game plan. And you chose jab. I don't think this jab had high chances of working. It only worked because, ironically, this is the one time that he did not mash. Right? But 100%, he should have done a back air right here. I don't know what he's thinking. So this jab worked. But in principle, this jab should not have worked. Right? Because there's like, oops, you should have seen a Cloud. The Cloud's back is facing me in the air. It's a back. You know that back air's coming. Basically. Now, obviously, he picked an option where that wouldn't have worked, and then you picked a weird option. So this is kind of a quirky situation. Oh, jab forces tech situation. I didn't know. So yeah, I see why you went for the jab now, but again, low odds of working. Very low odds of working. That's like an impractical jab. So offline, next time you roll through an opponent offline, take a moment to watch your opponent and pick a good option, depending on what your opponent did when you rolled. Hello, Solemn. Houston homie. Yo, we got Houston in the chat right now, and that's what matters. What's that badge next to your name? Good luck, have fun pledge? I've never seen that before. I'm clicking on it. Good luck, have fun, making gaming inclusive for everyone. Pledge, referral. Oh! Be a good sport whether I win or lose. Set a positive example. Whoa! This is nice. That's a lot of people. Any key. Wow. This is very nice. It's very nice that Twitch integrated a little button. Is that Dark Wizzy? Oh my god, it's not. That's Sonic Fox. I just saw Sonic Fox, and I just really thought that Dark Wizzy got a picture with Sonic Fox like he always wanted. Because it was about inclusivity. I'm out of here. I'm gonna pretend like I never said that. Alright. So your jab forced the tech situation. Ooh. He did get a pick with Sonic Fox. Okay. Thought that was a thing. And unfortunately, because this is online, this is a little hard to space and punish, but good. I think the down smash in a tech situation is good because it covers miss tech, tech in place, and roll behind you. So you picked a good option of a tech chase. Unfortunately, the execution wasn't there, but I think it was the right idea. And now he's gonna jump. Is he gonna punish this? No. Shame. He definitely charged it for a bit. Oh. Oh, yeah. But I'm not sure. This is something you could practice to see online or offline. You can run up, you input your down smash now, and you should react to the... I think you have time to react to the tech, so you know where not to charge it. But this is only offline, right? But oh yeah, Nico, the whole point is that offline, you could, as you're running, you can react to them teching it, so you don't charge it, and you can react to them rolling, or you can react to them not teching, right? And then you charge it. But unfortunately, online you don't get that option, so you're forced to guess. That kind of sucks. So yeah, obviously if he ran up and just did it, he would have gotten this. But it's kind of hard to react to this. And I think in theory, offline, you can always know, do you have to charge this or not? Tough. Oh, no punish from Cloud? What do you do? What the fuck is happening? Now Cloud grabs? Now he grabs? When he's out of grab range and facing the wrong way? Come on, man. Anyways. I have a tip. So here's a tip for you, right? IMO, there was a problem here in the fact that you held shield for so long, right? You could try to keep your opponent guessing and always picking a different... I'm not trying to say that holding shield forever is a bad option. There are definitely times where you want to keep holding shield, especially when you know your opponent has a habit of doing safe aerial into unsafe tilt. Like, let's say you're playing a Fox, and they nair your shield, and then they jab you. And you know they go for that, keep holding shield and punish the jab. Right? That's the mix-up. So definitely times we want to keep holding shield after a safe aerial. So in theory, you just got your shield hit with a safe aerial. But you definitely have time. Since you could roll forward here, right? Since you're facing this way, right? So if you do a roll forward, you could basically reset the situation, because by the time he lands and reacts to the roll, he won't be able to punish it, right? Now, normally I'd say cross-up roll, like roll through him ideally, but your back is facing him, so your roll will be slower. You could also try jumping out of shield as a mix-up, right? So you definitely got a lot of mix-ups, and ideally, it's more like you should pick the greedy option until your opponent punishes it. So I think just jumping out of shield is a greedy option if you do it too much, but until your opponent actually does his falling back here and then reads your jump, you could get away with it. You get a lot of mileage out of it. And he definitely hasn't shown you that he's gonna read this. So in theory, if he had done this back air, spaced it, then done a turnaround grab, he would have gotten you because he kept holding shield. But he whiffs grab. Ooh, and now you double jump to get out of there. Ooh, those are. Oh, I see what you mean. That was supposed to be a Nair 1. Okay, so this what you did right here is kind of what you can do. This is what I mean. Like right now, he has just back aired your shield. Right now, do that jump out of shield you just did, right, and get out of there. You can land in front of him if you want, right? Obviously, you do it now in reaction to the whiff. He whiffs, and you react to the whiff, and I think he meant to Nair here. I think he should have gotten this offline. Why does he Blade Beam? Let's go Blade Beam, okay. Oh, good spot dodge. Good spot dodge. Okay, so let's watch this again. So I'm gonna pretend like that was in there. I'm gonna pretend like he should have gotten it. No Cloud's gonna do this Blade Beam, so I don't even want to talk about this quirky Blade Beam. Like half your Nairs end up as these. I know, because you're drifting forward. It's just a practice thing. I don't know if the Wi-Fi has anything to do with it, but it's just the thing you gotta practice is knowing. That can be a little hard because you're holding the stick, right? So you need to like let the stick reset to neutral and then input your aerial, which could be a little hard. Especially because Nair is the one thing you can't C-stick. So that one could be a little hard. So it's okay. So we're not gonna talk about this Blade Beam. I'm not gonna talk about that jab either, because it was after a Blade Beam. This whole situation is fake. Because to begin with, you should have gotten that Nair. But you did spot dodge. You held shield, you saw him running, so you're like, he's gonna grab me. So good spot dodge. Hey, and you watch your opponent. Good. So you spot dodge, you saw your opponent cross you up, so you do that forward tilt to force a tech situation. Good. He misses the tech. Oh! This option coverage! This option coverage! This was good. Hey! Thank you so much, Solemn, for subbing. Thanks to you, you're helping fund my crippling Wendy's addiction that has just started today. On my road to the Wendy's sponsorship, I will be buying a 4 for 4 every day. So thank you so much. You're helping me out. Oh, I should actually talk about on the real, I do have a sub goal where as soon as Twitch pays me out to celebrate the $100 that Twitch is gonna give, I'm just gonna make a sub giveaway. And every sub point that you have, so instance of like, I'm gonna make it count where that if you gifted a sub, that's like another entry. Like obviously, I know y'all aren't doing this to enter a lottery, but I do want to be like, hey, thank you. So I do want to make a lottery for the subs. So I'll keep you posted. I'll be honest, I did not think I would already be halfway there. That's actually kind of a surprise. So I'm really glad that y'all like this content and y'all are supporting the channel. Really a surprise. I'm glad to see it. So anyways, thank you, Solemn. We'll now return to the VOD review. Well, look at this option coverage. Which is kind of nice. Because this would have covered the get up attack. This would have covered neutral get up and roll away, I think. So I think this was really good. Premium content. I tried. to be honest, I don't really feel like I'm putting 1,000. Like I don't really feel like I'm making premium content because it doesn't like really feel like I'm putting in a lot of effort. So that's another reason I was like, me sitting here and talking about the game. I'm like, who would want to hear that? I really thought like it doesn't feel like I'm putting in a lot of effort. It's not like I'm making a YouTube video. YouTube videos would be a lot of effort for me. Me sitting here doing the VOD review, kind of easy. I enjoy it. So I was like, I don't know how many people will watch it. So I'm glad to see that there are people watching it and that they think it's a good content. All right. Ooh, barely didn't get the follow-up. Tough. It's a cruel world out there, but I really, why didn't this work? This was so close to working. That's unfortunate. It was just out of the percent. Okay, it happens though. Whiffs happen. But it's what you do after the whiff, that helps show if you're a really good player or very experienced player. I'm gonna stop using the words good player and bad player because I think people take them the wrong way. Definitely gonna use the terms like experienced or inexperienced, which is more objective. At that point, you were destroyed mentally. Damn. Yeah, no, I believe it. So that's definitely a thing to keep in mind. Hey, you got the back here though. But yeah, so you're destroyed mentally. But yeah, I don't think this backer should have worked. I think this is definitely this is definitely a cloud hold shield and up B's type of moment. But he didn't do it. So you got this back air. Ooh, that was kind of a stretch. So I think what you should have done was right here when you were chasing him, you kind of landed on the platform. And just so you know, right here, you should have kept holding down. I know it's a little hard because you would start a fast fall, right? But you should hold down on the stick to go through the platform, right? And keep pressure on your opponent. But by landing on this platform, you kind of stopped pressuring your opponent. You love hearing me review sets? Thank you. Thank you, Solemn. I love hearing that. But, so anyways, I think by you landing on this platform, you kind of stopped pressuring your opponent. Because your opponent has to pick an option. So you could have just held down to kept going through the platform, to just ghost right through the platform. Right? So that's definitely a thing. It's not intuitive, by the way, because typically players think platforms that they get in the way. But platforms don't have to get in your way. And the more ambiguous you are with your platform usage, it keeps your opponent guessing, right? So you should have definitely fallen through this platform, put yourself in a position where the cloud will think you're about to back air and bait something out. Because he can only side B to stall once. He can only air dodge once. He can only do the neutral B to stall once. So this is your chance to burn a resource by falling through this platform, making it look like you're going to go for a back air. And especially, here's another big thing, especially when you have this big deficit, edge guarding is 100% the type of calculated risks you want to take. Because think about it, right? What are the odds of you winning this game right now, right? Just normally. Of you mounting a slow and steady comeback from out-neutraling your opponent for 3 stocks straight are probably very low. That's fine, because you objectively are at a disadvantage right now. He's got 3 stocks, you got 1. How many... If you played Smash Brothers, and every single time your opponent had 3 stocks and you had 1 stock, how many of those games do you think you would win, on average? It'd be kind of hard, right? Like, the odds are not in your favor. But edge guarding is 100% your chance to get that early stock, right? So this is when you should have no fear, right? Edge guarding, when you have a big deficit, is 100% when you have to pull the trigger, where you have to be super decisive, right? And go for it. Like, you know what? If I mess this up and I die, that's okay. Because you think about it, the risk-reward ratio is now skewed in your favor because you're not really risking an even game. What do you have to lose? You have to lose a game that you had like less than a 5% chance of winning. right? If so, something like that. Like let's just say, call it you have a 5% chance of 3-stocking this cloud right now, right? Of right now you like unlocking the key, the what you were missing to get this comeback. Those chances are very, very low. So you 100% have to go for this edge guard, because right now, because you're edge guarding, your chances of taking the stock, I know it's not 100%, but your chances of winning this game are going to be a lot higher if you manage to get this stock right now. So you have to go for it. You have to push yourself to edge guard, especially when you're at a big deficit. And one way you can do this is to get very comfortable with you have to really know your limits and become an extremely good edge guarder. And I know this is easier said than done. So when you're playing friendlies, rather than play safe on the ledge, play every stock in friendlies like it's your last. Every single one for a while, and specifically with your edge guarding. Just play every stock like it's your last. And eventually you'll get very familiar and very comfortable at all the options your opponent can do in response to your pressure. Edge guarding will become super second nature to you if you force yourself to do it. And that way, the next time because deficits like this, even if your opponent is equally skilled as you are, there will be times when your opponent manages to get a 2-stock lead on you, just like there will be times when you manage to get a 2-stock lead on an opponent of equal skill. It happens, right? So you got to be ready for these type of situations. So you got to be ready to mount those comebacks. So this is what I taught earlier. I was talking about calculated risk. This is 100% a calculated risk situation. Is crazy edge guarding. People are going to call it and be like, it's insane. But think about it. If you manage to get this insane edge guard, you will be back in this game, right? Because all of a sudden, you're only at 10%. Cloud off stage was sketchy at this point, especially since I've been getting upbeat off stage kills several times before this tournament. That's okay, though. But that's what I mean. Imagine if you had fallen through this platform, right? I understand there's a risk of you dying right now and losing. But guess what? The chances of you winning this game if you don't edge guard are not good to begin with, right? So think about it. It's good that you're talking about that. Since you bring up that point of a Cloud suicide killing, especially when they have a lead, Cloud suicide killing you is very common. So what you can do is you can fall through this platform, get in the opponent's B zone, and then jump out of there. You could 100% bait this Cloud into killing himself, right? So it's very good that you know that Clouds like to do that up B suicide kill, because that means if you know that, you can bait it. And if you bait it, let's say he doesn't pull a trigger and he doesn't kill himself. If he does kill himself, that destroys his momentum, because suddenly it's only a 2-stock game. And guess what? A 2-stock comeback isn't that much of a comeback. You're only at 10%, right? 2-stock comebacks aren't that rare, right? You can easily make a 2-stock comeback. A 3-stock one, though, is a lot harder. So anyways, let's just say you bait the Cloud suicide kill. He kills himself. Good. But let's just say he just does the first up B, but not the second. Now he's drifting super slowly, and you set yourself up for an easy edge guard. Well, okay, maybe not free and easy, but a lot easier to get this edge guard. The point is, you had a big opportunity to make a comeback right here, but you played it safe, and you stayed on this platform. Keep that pressure up, especially because you're in such a big deficit. Keep this pressure up, scare your opponent, try to do everything you can to get this edge guard right now. Have no fear, for you have nothing to lose, really. Now is not the time to play scared. You want to play scared when you have a 2-stock lead, and you got to think, how is my opponent going to try to cheese this 3-stock comeback? You got to start thinking about the cheese. Right now, you can't be worried about stuff like that. Because if Cloud cheeses you and takes the stock, whatever, you're going to lose the game probably. Just statistically speaking, a 3-stock to a 1-stock game, the odds of you winning it are low. Just pure statistics, right? Whatever. It's nothing about being good or bad at the game. It's about you have only 1 stock. And look, he actually did get scared. He baited out he got 1 side B. But now you're too far away to do. He jumped! He up-beat! So yeah, he's clearly the type to pick panic options. So you could have done something about this. So I really think that landing on this platform, instead of continuing to fall through and pressure, was the wrong call. And specifically jumping like this, you made the gap between you and your opponent too big, right? So let's just assume option B, you actually do. I said don't land on this platform, right? So here's what I would have liked to see you do. I would like to see you fall through this platform, scare him, then jump and land back on the platform and just wait there, right? Because you would have been able to fall to this platform, bait out the side B. Now that we know, we didn't know what he was going to pick. Is it an up B? Is it a side B? Is it a neutral B? Is it an air? We don't know what he's going to pick. But so if you had fallen through this platform, jumped and like landed on here, or even just landed on a platform and waited, you would have put yourself in a great spot. Because you would have been able to react, oh, he just whipped a cross slash. How much time do you have to punish that? Cross slash 1 in the air, cross slash is 60 total frames. 60. If he whiffs cross slash 1, because he can't do cross slash 2 unless he hits a shield. Think about this. I'm not crazy, right? Cloud cannot do cross slash 2 unless he hits something, right? 100%. Okay, he cannot do that. He cannot do that, okay. I'm not insane. I would be the stupidest Smash player because I main Cloud in Smash 4, and whatever, point is, so Cloud cannot cross slash again. He is stuck in a million years of lag. 60 frames of lag. 60 frames. What? He's invulnerable for... What? He's invulnerable for 6 frames? That's crazy. Anyways, so you could have reacted to the cross slash, yet 40 frames, basically. So after a reaction time is 20 frames. You still have 40 frames to pick your option. So if you had stayed on this platform, seen the cross slash, that's a free back air, dare, that's anything you want. You could have even turned around and kneed him through this platform. Drop knee. You could have done literally anything you wanted in a reaction. Side B spike, you could have gotten a drop through the platform side B spike. Right? You have the time to do that. But by jumping off this platform, you denied yourself that opportunity. And he was able, and now you're in a significantly less advantageous spot. And this uppy, by the way, he was supposed to snap the ledge. I don't think he meant to go through this ledge like that. Because when Cloud's uppy, during the startup, they can snap the ledge. So he was just trying to jump uppy to grab the ledge. That's just the thing they do. But he missed. He's like, I have whiffed. But obviously... So yeah, so obviously you don't get an optimal punish here, but that's not the point I want to get. The point is this should have never been a thing that happens in the first place. So I don't even want to talk about it, right? Because this isn't a thing that should ever happen in the first place, because you should have punished this cross slash and then gotten a nice edge guard. So yeah, you gotta play with confidence too, right? So I want you to play with more confidence in situations like these, right? Especially when you have a massive deficit, recognize you don't have anything to lose and be confident, be brave, be decisive, be bold, for you're not really risking anything anymore. This right here, a game like this, is your chance to be creative as you want, to be as crazy as you want. Because suddenly, what's on the line? An unwinnable game is basically on the line. So be brave, decisive, crazy, anything. Don't play scared. Don't play scared when you're like this, right? That actually lowers your chances of winning. I know it's a little counterintuitive, because it doesn't feel good, right? When you're losing like this, it doesn't feel good. It's discouraging. It's demoralizing. So what I want you to do is stop viewing games like this. Don't give up in games like this, right? View games like this as an opportunity to just get as crazy as you want to, right? This is your chance to experiment, to get creative, right? And play as crazy as you want. So yeah, next time you're in a game like this, don't play scared. Don't be sad. Try not to be sad. I know it doesn't feel great on paper. So try to change your mindset and view games like this as an opportunity, right? Because if you get like think, yes, now's my chance to be brave. I have nothing to lose, right? So yes, this is when you absolutely 100% need to play with confidence. Because if you play scared when you don't have a lead, you're not gonna win. It's just not gonna happen. Because you're gonna rely on your opponent to throw. You need to get control of this game, and by playing, especially if you were playing, let's just say you were playing very patient before and it's not working, but now you're losing and you play very crazy. That could catch your opponent off guard and increases your chance of winning. So yeah. Anyways, we're gonna ignore this whiff. He whiffs an up smash. Ooh, I see what you mean. That knee was definitely supposed to be a forward air. But we're not really going to talk about this, because the main point I want to take away from here was this whole situation should have never happened. But I do want to talk about how you get off this platform. Okay, now you double jump. I see, kind of. I think we were talking about this earlier, where if you double jump off this platform, it's kind of, it was a higher up platform. This is a side platform. This one's a little bit lower. But earlier in the game, you're like up on this platform, and we're like, yeah, double jump off the platform. It's hard for Cloud to cover it. But yeah, I basically never see you fast fall neutral air dodge. So this is actually something I want to see from the next VOD you submit. Is I want to see in it that you at least fast fall neutral air dodge through your opponent at least once. I want to see you use that. Because that's definitely a thing I think that's missing from your play, is the fast fall neutral air dodge. Obviously, I'm not trying to say like mash the fast fall neutral air dodge every time, because anything that you mash can become readable and your opponent can punish. But definitely, I think these are good opportunities when you're trying to get through your opponent. Doing that fast fall neutral air dodge every once in a while get a lot of mileage, because your opponent has like hard read. In order for an opponent to punish you fast fall neutral air dodging through them, they need to be on the ground before you're on the ground, right? Which is a big commitment, because your opponent basically has to hard read that and give up advantage state to put themselves in a position to punish someone fast fall neutral air dodging. But your opponent has never done that once. They keep going into the air, they keep swinging. This is the perfect opportunity to air dodge through them. So yeah, next game, obviously, you know, you're not having a lot of fun this game. I know you told me you're like mentally destroyed at this point. So like this back air was misspaced clearly. Like, I get it. You're playing lazy now. I get it. Cross slashes your shield. Alright, he mixed you up. Yeah, that's the mix up. Because at any point he could do the cross slash 3-4. Okay, good. Okay, good roll forward. Into jab again. So yeah, I think you always roll forward into jab. So that's the second time I saw you do the roll into jab. I know jab is your fastest option after a roll, but keep in mind, you don't have to pre-commit, right? Because during this roll, you could have seen this, realized, oh, they won't be in lag anymore. They're probably going to shield. They're probably going to shield. So you could have actually just, right here, you could have done a roll grab. Because you actually rolled into them, and you're at grab distance. That's perfect. Or you could have held, actually, okay, here's what you actually should have done. Right here, when you rolled forward, your opponent is now facing you. Their back is facing you. They literally can't grab you. So actually, right here, you could have just held shield to bait out an option. Because that's pressure, because your opponent can't grab, and you're holding shield. That's an opportunity for you to risk-free basically read your opponent. If your opponent is patient, they can react to you holding shield and like, okay, I'll jump away. If they're patient. But if they're impatient, they'll see you roll behind you like, oh, I gotta up B out of shield because I'm Cloud. Right? And then you would have gone on the punish. And that's kind of what I mean, is recognizing situations where you can kind of like shield for free and you learn your opponent. Because in theory, if your opponent had gotten away from you, so you rolled past them, and you just held shield, and let's just say your opponent was super patient, they see it, and like, I'm just gonna jump away. That's a download. You didn't get punished, but they didn't get punished. That's fine, because you actually gained information. And you risked basically nothing by rolling behind him and holding shield. He can't grab you. He would have to drop shield, turn around and grab, which is a big commitment, especially in this game, because they made dropping shield way slower, and because Cloud is like, I have a frame 9 grab, I'm never going to use this in neutral. They're like, frame 9 grab? I'm never using that. Why would I use this? So no Cloud in the world is going to drop shield, turn around and grab you. That's really slow. Right? And buffering a perfect turnaround grab is really hard. So this is 100% an opportunity where you didn't have to commit. You could have just played patient yourself, sat here thinking and shield. Now for some reason they parried, but this was obviously not an intentional parry. So they're gonna try to buffer an up B and it's not gonna work. That's kinda, I don't know what's happening. Okay, jab, they don't know how to attack land. Hey, they don't know how to attack land. So they force a tech situation they didn't have to. You charge an up smash, which only covered 1 tech option, so that wasn't as clean. Ooh, but they can't punish it. He's playing kind of sloppy now. I don't know about this. Oh, maybe you thought you were going to get a parry, so you buffered a forward tilt. Actually, don't know. Let me see. Oh, up air. Let me go back a bit more. There's something I want to see. This tech situation, that's what I wanted to see. So you got the tech on the platform. Wait, did I change that was... Did I change my Twitch that I was reviewing VODs? Hold up. I think I did, right? I can't remember. I think I did. Hold up. Okay, perfect. I did. Alright, good. So anyways... His up air is going to whiff. His back air is going to whiff. It happens. Both of you land. He nairs. Okay, if Cloud does a rising nair on your shield, you probably had time to back air out of shield it. But it's kind of a situation you won't encounter often. So often not, you won't have a game plan ready for this. Because this situation is so rare. So I don't blame you for not being like, what do I do here? Drop shield and tilt. Yeah, I don't think that was going to work. But now you know. That was kind of a funny situation that won't happen very often. So you kind of like, oh, let me throw this out. And you know what? You didn't get punished for it. Oh, he ran up and cross-slashed. Oh, maybe he thought you were going to jump out of shield? Okay. Oh, it forces the tech. Oh, it almost forces tech. Okay, got it. That's why he did it. Air dodge. Okay, air dodge that time. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough, man. So with Falcon, what I would recommend personally is being very, very tricky with your recovery. In general, characters that have no hitbox on the way up, oh, you didn't even see that in slow-mo? But it kind of shows that what went wrong here, specifically, is you upbeat and went straight to the ledge. So first you use your jump. Right? I think you had to use your jump, but that's fine. You had to use your jump. Okay. Then you upbeat, but you went straight to the ledge. And this is 100% going to lose to characters that have spikes like this. Right? They're going to try to two-frame you. What you should do is Falcon's upbeat. This is probably something you already know, right? But Falcon's upbeat, if you go past, let's just say you went straight up, you really thought you could make it in time, that's tough, man. But if you're ever not sure, you could have actually seen this jump. This right here, this shows me he's going for that down air. And you should have seen this and be like, you're going for this down air. So what you should have done is you upbeat to the side and then avoided the down air. And you already know that the upbeat has a lot of drift horizontally. So you 100% did not have to go straight to the ledge right here. And you could have definitely seen him jumping like that. Like, I know, obviously, maybe you thought, oh, he's too far away. I can make it in time. Right? Again, this also could just be a intuition thing. As you play the game more, you'll get a better sense. It'll become intuitive. I can make this in time. I can't make this in time. I have to mix it up. Right? But it doesn't hurt to mix it up anyways. Even if you're like, I can make this in time, but let me be tricky. Right? Probably doesn't hurt. Okay, we're gonna skip. Alright. So, how long has this VOD review go on? 2.5 hours? No, that includes my Counter-Strike, right? That includes my hour Counter-Strike. Please tell me that includes my hour Counter-Strike. Okay, it does. Perfect. I was gonna say, there's no way I spent 2.5 hours and only covered 2 stocks. Okay, so... I'm going to assume you didn't want Saw in the air because I didn't know if Dare had a big horizontal hitbox. Ah! But it wouldn't spike. That's... So, you could have actually seen that if he had chosen Dare... So you see the arc he's traveling? So you could have gone really far out to the side. Such that there's no way Dare would have ever hit. Right? So just for reference, it is not a big hitbox horizontally. It's a bit smaller than the sword. So let me show you. Down air. Oh, I guess it... So yeah, So this is the spike hitbox. This little pink thing, right? And it's only active for 2 frames. 3 frames. And then it's that tiny hitbox. It doesn't even cover the whole sword. How sad. Rest in peace, Cloud. You will be missed. This is so sad. Name a bigger downgrade than this. Wait, there's actually a Smash 4 hitbox visualizer. Let's go. Let's take a trip down memory lane. Good times. Good times. Cloud. Down air. Where is it? Am I dumb? Oh, down air. Good times. Good times. Wait, is it actually the same? There's no... Wait! Did I get pranked? That was the same! Nico, you got some explaining to do. Okay, let's look at the lingering. What? Nico! No, Nico, look! Hello? Did you lie to me? I cannot believe you just hit me with the fakest of fake news, and I believed it for a whole year. What the fuck is this, Nico? Well, this is auto-cancel. Now you're backtracking. And also, it does on frame 46, right? And in the last game, it did auto-cancel in frame of 43! It auto-cancels 3 frames later. Oh, out of a full hop. Oh, no, it doesn't auto-cancel? Out of a full hop? Wow, almost as if you shouldn't be using an approaching down air and neutral anyways. Oh, it's alright. It's alright, Nico. But you... Well, like it does, actually. Look, in Smash 4, if you tried approaching with this hitbox in Smash 4, good players hit you for it. Okay? This hitbox in Smash 4, even if it auto-canceled on a full hop, you shouldn't be using this in neutral. Okay? Only bad players did this. And only bad players fell for this. Because look at all this non-vulnerable cloud area, but people thought that it was a massive hitbox. It's worse in this game, I think. It is the same. It was bad. It was bad in the last game. It was bad in this game too, but you told me that the hitbox is different. I've been lied to. Then what was the point of it? The point of it was a scrub killer move. Because for some reason, because people didn't have neutral. Come on, man. They just let you hit your shield with this. You could have sworn the hitbox was different. This is why I'll never trust cloud mains. It's okay. You could go on the internet now and make a correction for this cloud propaganda. I don't know what to believe anymore. I don't know what to believe anymore. Actually, I do know what to believe. I know up air got worse. Okay, wait, Nico. Wait, Nico. Look at this tweet. Okay, wait. Show me the tweet. Okay, whenever you send it, you should drop it in chat, I think. Or where did you send it to me? Wait, are you sending me the tweet on Twitter? There, okay, we're looking at the tweet. Nico underscore SSBU status. Wait, is this an old tweet? Dude, oh. I'm gonna full screen this because I can barely see it. Oh my god, I could barely see. Oh my god, my eyes. Okay, never mind, we're good now. Puppy. It cuts out! But that was really funny. Okay, so what is this tweet of you absolutely destroying your opponent have to do with the conversation ahead? That's the point, yeah? That's the point? I hate you. You just wanted to show off. Okay, Nico, we'll watch it again because it was really funny. Okay, this was really funny. We'll watch it again. Hey! Okay, it is a funny cutoff. Alright, Nico, I like it. Thank you. That was really good content. Thank you, Nico. But it has nothing to do with conversation of that downer isn't as bad. It has nothing to do with this topic on hand. Regressed. Okay. You just wanted to show off. Got it. It was good. Thank you for showing me that. Up air. This got worse. Because the first... Yeah, because in this game, I think this frame doesn't exist in Ultimate. I think that's what they changed. Yeah, I think they simply removed that frame. You gave up on the conversation, lol. Okay. Yeah. In Smash 4, this frame existed. And now only this frame exists. So it doesn't cover... Wait. What? It still does that? That doesn't make sense. How did they get this? Okay, well... Did they change the animation? They did change the animation. Okay, this frame definitely no longer is the same, but it activates like this. Okay, they specifically drew this frame with funky hitboxes. Okay, that's what they did. That's what they did. The frame 8 hitboxes are specifically coded. You don't see this often. Okay, so it's no longer like this. Because, oh, by the way, this whole thing was hitbox. Now it's this big. What? It still goes past the sword. Oh, but not like that, though. Okay, I see. Man, that used to be a disjoint. Oh. Oh, that's so small. What the heck? That's so small now. Alright. The point is, what was the point? I can't remember what the point of this was. Oh yeah, the down air. So yeah, horizontally, what you should have done is that because of the arc that he's covering, right? There's people on Twitter. Thank you, Nico. I'm aware that there are, in fact, who think Cloud has the best up air. No? Why do people think this? Okay, I actually hate that trend on Twitter. I don't like talking about things I don't like on Twitter, but the best move trend is just people exposing themselves as not knowing about the game. Back to the VOD review. So you see this arc that Cloud is traveling? With time, this will become more intuitive to you that Cloud is at his max speed, and that his arc that he's coming down on is not going to change. Which means if you know that this is the arc he's going to be in, you can up B over here and dodge any attack he throws out. So yeah, just a thing in the future. If your opponent's going for his 2-frame, just go off to the side. Go way off to the side. You go really far off to the side if you want to. You also didn't have to air dodge right here, I think. I think you didn't have to air dodge right here. Because right here, what's he going to hit you with? So you air dodged, but there was no possible hitbox you're dodging. That's a little minor detail, is that if... granted, this is the first time I think you're getting hit by cross slash at low percent, so you're not familiar with how much a knockback it has, with how quickly Cloud can act after the cross slash. So you did this air dodge thinking maybe he can hit me. Okay. But what actually happened is there was no hitbox. Air dodge buffer because he was gonna hit Plat. Oh, he thought he was gonna tech. Okay, Hugo. You know what, you're right. You know what? I can see that. I can see that, actually. Thank you. No, Hugo, that makes a lot more sense. This does kind of look like it's gonna go to the platform, right? Okay. This looks like you're gonna hit the platform, so you thought you were gonna tech, right? But alas, you got the air dodge. Can act. So yeah, we're gonna cut it right there. No need to see. Okay, yeah, right here. I had the perfect cut. This frame right here. Alright, so it is 12:30. I think I have said what I wanted to say. I'm not gonna watch the Dr. Mario one tonight. It's kind of, because it's Dr. Mario, I don't really want to go into it. But maybe I'll think about it. So anyways, Rolo, for the next VOD, I definitely want to see you doing more okay, do a few neutral air dodges, right? And whenever you have, what am I gonna do now? Sleep. I'm gonna sleep. Sorry. I'm quite tired, actually. So anyways, yeah. Rolo, if you're still here and you're listening, yeah, for the next VOD review, neutral fast fall, neutral air dodge through your opponents. Go into training mode and practice that so that so that becomes a natural movement. I want to see you have more confidence in your edge guarding. Especially when you have a deficit. What else? I want to see you, whenever you roll, don't always jab. I want to see you do attack lands. Do A lands when there's a fake, to avoid fake tech situations. So yeah, your disadvantage has improved from the last VOD, and I'm pretty sure you could keep improving it. So yeah, that's good. Next VOD, I want to see more disadvantage mix-ups as well. Sometimes jump, sometimes jump, fast fall, neutral air dodge. Sometimes, what else? Sometimes just drift away and then attack land. If you're close to the ground, try to attack land. It's a bit greedy, but if you get away with it, that's perfect. So yeah, that's definitely what I want to see for next time. NXL is happening tomorrow, on Friday. I'll be entering that. And Rolo, you should enter the NXL as well and record a VOD from it. I think that'd be perfect, actually, because you'll hear this today, you'll enter a tournament tomorrow, and then, yeah, I think that'd be perfect. Last day of school and you got hella sleep, so you're vibing? Hell yeah. but I'm actually quite tired since I woke up a bit early and I went to sleep a bit late. Okay, that's a great question. There's the two most common situations is situation A, you're in disadvantage and you're near a platform. When you get when you get out of the smoke, in theory you can either A land or tech. Always A land, right? Uh, so this is what I mean is you want to avoid the fake tech situations, right? They're fake tech situations look like they're tech situations, but they're not because you can A land, right? In general, so basically, if you're fake tech situations, that's when you want to A land, and option B is when you're in disadvantage, your opponent is hitting you, and you're kind of near a platform, right? And you can but you're in tumble, but you're near a platform. You can I can drift a little bit to this platform and A land. That was spooky. I don't know what that was, but that was spooky. So you could do that. I think those are the two, by far, the best and most common and most obvious situations to attack land are. You can avoid a lot of so it's only greedy options when you're not in a tumble and just decide to cancel. Yeah, so it's only greedy. The more time your opponent has to react to you just slowly tumbling to the ground, right, and going for the attack land, that's what makes it greedy. Right, is how much time your opponent has to know that you're thinking that you're going to attack land, right? So if you're just tumbling for just a few frames, your opponent has no way of knowing. It is perfect. But if you're really high up and you try drifting for 10 seconds to the top platform of Battlefield, then that's super greedy because you're just in tumble for a long time. So obviously, that's basically what I'm trying to get at is if you're in tumble for way too long with the intent of 8 canceling, then it's really greedy, right? And it becomes less of a greedy option and more of a stretch, if that makes sense. That's just wishing at that point. But yeah, if you're near the ground, hope we can play sometime. I'm trying to learn my secondary meat gunner and need critique and advice. Oh, well, luckily for you, Solemn, next week, Krebs is hosting a me-only tournament. We're just gonna pimp that out real quick. It's a funny tournament. So this is a perfect chance to go me gunner. There'll only be me brawler, me sword fighter. It's this Wendy's Please Notice Us tournament. I don't know if you already signed up, Solemn. And before this tournament happens, I will be hosting, for the first time, I'll be hosting a me gunner Q&A / how to play, right? I'll definitely be doing a me gunner tutorial on Twitch. That way, before this tournament, it'll probably be it'll be Monday, I think. Another way to ban Sonic. Thank you, Krebs. This is 2 tournaments where Sonic's been banned. What a legend. So, anyways, there's 18 people signed up. So, yeah. Before this happens, though, probably Monday. Tournament's Tuesday, probably Monday afternoon. I'll be in here, live Q&A, how to play me gunner / example footage. We're going to go in and out. And then, Solemn, since you subbed, at that time, Semtix signed up too. Yo, let's go. So yeah, Solemn, at that time on Monday, we can play, but we can 100% play, and I'll give you the critique and advice that you're looking for. I don't play too much arenas, but when I do, I'll definitely let you know. And you can just join the arena and play me gunner, and I'll give you advice. Just anytime I'm doing viewer arenas, which occasionally happens, but it's definitely not an everyday thing. I like doing VODs. I think VODs are a better use of my time than just playing Wi-Fi. But I definitely have a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun when I play arenas, but I try to do I try to keep it really fun for not just me, but for everyone involved. I try to keep it really fun. So I'll do rules like 1 stock, 2 minutes, or no, 1 stock 90 seconds. That's a rule set I like to run. There's the neutral zone where you only have 10% health. The neutral zone is fun. That was definitely something. I'll definitely do the neutral zone again one of these days. But it'll be 300% health. What I want to do is going to be super sudden death. Neutral zone. That way people don't cheese with projectiles. Unless it's like a real projectile where you lose neutral. Not like Fox Laser or Falcon Laser. You know? Something like that. So yeah, we'll do neutral zone again. I think it's really funny. Not only is it funny, I think it's actually interesting and fun. So I don't really do normal arenas. If that makes sense. But definitely before the tournament, I'll have a normal arena solemn. And I'll make sure you get in, and I'll make sure we play. And I'll give you advice. Okay, gamers. I think that's going to be it for my stream today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today we had a good stream. We had a lot of bits donated. So thank you really much. We had Rolo with 700. Thank you. We had Nico with 300. Thank you. We had Jimothy Chives, who's not here, but he had 117. Hugh with 100. Joey with 100. Ant with 100. And Semtex with 100. So thank you all. Oh wait, we can't forget Malachi with the 5 bits donated. Can't forget that, right? Resets in 3 days, I see. Oh, what time is the stream on Monday? That's a fantastic question. You know what? I should probably get a consistent streaming schedule. Wow. What a concept. I will stream starting at 5 p.m. You know what? That sounds like a good stream time. 5 p.m. to probably midnight at least. That sounds like a good time. I could get stuff done in the morning, and then I could stream with no worries. So yeah, call it 5 p.m. Monday. Me Gunner stream. I never thought I'd have a Me Gunner dedicated stream, but we will. So anyways, y'all, thank you for tuning in. Heading out. Good night.